What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about something that might be very interesting, which is upcoming raid. So you can see from Towner right here that there is a new raid coming to Marvel Strike Force. We were already expecting this because usually when we have a new level cap increase, we also have a new raid. And last week, Mr. Hartgrave mentioned in one of his live streams that the new raid was confirmed, some NDA breaking situation right there. And now Towner says that in some data mines there is a confirmation of this new raid being announced for next patch. Now next patch should be within 1 month from now, so I don't expect anywhere like it has to be early May or something like that. Definitely not during April, because we have 6 characters being released on this patch, so that's the least we can expect for this upcoming patch that will bring also the new raid. But there are some other things that we have to take into consideration, which is which teams are going to last, which teams are not. And based on multiple rumors that we have going on out there, we might have an answer for what teams are going to last and also which team is coming up next. So as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about this raid situation. So from what Mr. Hartgrave said, from what Towner said, and this was information that the developers gave to them directly, and it was part of the Envoy program. They already knew that these new raids were coming, and they already have an idea on which teams are not going to last. Now, they don't have full details on what are going to be the requirements for this upcoming raid, but you could imagine that we'll be taking a look at something like Gear Tier 16 and Weight Blue level 3, maybe level 4 for the highest difficulties, because now that a lot of people are done with Apocalypse, the developers want the whale to spend the whales, not the whale. They want all the whales and the Krakens to spend their money on Weight Blue level 4 on characters that are not horsemen. I know at least 2 or 3 whales that they told me like they're not gonna spend any money because they already have these characters completed, so why would they waste more resources? So they're not gonna spend money because even that they are whales, even that they have millions of dollars to spend in Marvel Strike Force, they don't feel motivated to start investing on subpar teams. And of course the developers know this. They can take a look at the spreadsheet. Oh, look at this, they are not spending, so let's force them to spend these resources. So we don't know which characters are going to be relevant right now for this upcoming patch, but from the information that Towner has and also from the data mine itself, you can see that it talks about the Incursions raid. This is going to be a major release on 7.1, and they talk about powering up your Invaders team for this upcoming raid. Now this can be one of those situations of bait and switch or FOMO. They are telling you, oh, look at this, you need these for these upcoming raids, you need to invest on your Invaders. But even that the data mine says that, it might actually not be the case. And once again, we are taking the information of the envoys at face value, and Towner said that most of the teams that we have available right now, they are still going to be good in these upcoming raids. Some of those teams are not going to last as long, of course, because they are a little bit older, but overall the teams are going to last. Now, Towner didn't mention anything about having some kind of restrictions like we have on the Gamma raids, because that would be kind of atrocious. Can you imagine forcing everyone to invest on Invaders or some other trash characters? that timeout in raids. We also saw the footage from the 5 envoys in the past. We had Dorky Dad, we had Pathfinder, we had Mr. Artigrave, we had Goofy Rexy, and we had Valley Flying, and all these 5 content creators, the invaders, were timing out in the raids. It's embarrassing. And this is the upcoming new team. So if this is really the case, then there must be something else going on that we don't know. And when you take a look at the kit of the Invader team, there is nothing the Invaders do that Secret Avengers with Nick Fury can't do. So it's one of those situations. Sega does what Nintendo can't, but let's be honest, the Secret Avengers, they can pretty much do everything that the Invaders do, maybe even better. And that's why there are some questions that we have in regards what are going to be the restrictions for these upcoming raids. Now, we might have a new tag coming to the game that says Incursion, or something like that related with Incursions, and then that tag being given to specific teams in order for them to have additional value and being used in raids, but we don't have any additional information in regard to that. Okay, so let's take a look at the teams that we have available in-game right now, and let's take a look at which teams are going to last based on the information that Tauna has from the developers. And then we are going to talk about one team that might be an upcoming raid team to use on these raids that are coming up soon. Okay, so let's start off from the bottom. We have the Dead Seed. This team is not going anywhere. It has Archangel. Dark Beast has insane buffs that allow this team to completely destroy any kind of raid nodes. And I don't think that the upcoming raid will be too difficult on the mutant nodes, because it would not make any sense. This team was just released, and them to make the mutant nodes like so difficult that you need a new team, that would be completely nonsensical, because then they would have to give you another super amazing mutant team. So the Dead Sea team is still going to last, and you'll not have any problem there. Now, in terms of the Mystic team, this is a team that is quite problematic, because we have multiple characters that are very, very strong in raids. So we have the Eternals that turn you on the enemies. So that means to stop, then they would have to put like, I don't know what, Quicksilver in all the raid nodes, so it stops like from turning one or anything like that. Doesn't make any sense. Then we would have like Apocalypse as enemies, something Spider Weavers to stop them from having accuracy, something like that. So yeah, sure, there could be a situation where that would be possible, but once again, based on Tauna's feedback, this team is going to do just fine on these upcoming raids. So it's very unlikely that the next Mystic team is coming anytime soon. And as I told you before, from my own speculation, it's very, very likely that the next Mystic Raid team will be a legendary team, which will include more Eternals. But that's something to come late 23, maybe early 2024. Okay, now we have the Bionic Avengers, and the Bionic Avengers is a team that they never got very far. They always required a lot of investment, so you can see the Rebirth, they are fine at 800k. This one at 1 million, they still struggle, and this is because they have low cooldowns. The mechanics of them is inconsistent. The cooldowns are very long. I said low cooldowns, I was wrong. Like, they have very long cooldowns. The energy they get is somewhat inconsistent, because you can only give to characters adjacent to you, and the team is not a circle, right? Or you cannot give characters. So for example, if you have Iron Man here, there was a situation that Iron Man can only give energy to one side, but not to the other one. And the same goes for Hulkbuster. You require the team to be in such a position that you can maximize the amount of energy you can give. Like for example, you always need that deadlock next to Vision, so you can use Vision Ultimate turn 1. Otherwise, this team would be even worse. So it was the entire Bionic Avengers team was a complete mess. So, and based once again on Tauna, feedback from the developers, this is the team that is going to be replaced. So this team, Bionic Avengers, 100% going to be replaced within the next few months. Then we have the Rebirth. The Rebirth is a great team. It has a little of a skill cap because the players that can use Winter Soldier and Agent Venom properly are going to struggle a lot less than other players that are not using those characters properly, because you can stack up on negative effects and then completely destroy the enemies with Agent Venom Ultimate. And finally, we have the new team, the Invaders. Once again, there is nothing the Invaders do that the Secret Avengers can't do. And in terms of stats, Secret Avengers are still massive. And even if you don't use full Secret Avengers, you can still use Captain Sam, because Captain Sam is huge stats. On top of that, he also has block chance, and he also gives more HP to other skill characters. So it might happen that we don't really need the full Invader team. We only need a few characters of the Invader team plus some other Secret Avengers, because I really doubt that Captain Sam is going anywhere with this passive that literally includes all kinds of skill characters: Hawkeye, Echo, Okoye, and Invaders themselves, of course, because they're all skill. Okay, so based on all this feedback, based on what's going on with each of the teams, based on the fact that the feedback from the developers is that the Bionic Avengers are going bye-bye very soon, what is going to replace the Bionic Avengers? Now, I'm going to do some wishful thinking, and I would really love to see some Sentinel team with Nimrod and some of the other Sentinels that we have in the Marvel lore, like the Master Mold and the OG Sentinels and so on. That would be amazing. Like if you would get a legendary Master Mold, and instead of calling operatives and securities, it would call different Sentinels to support, like Nick Fury is. That would be great. But that's just wishful thinking. The reality is that we already have the next raid team. We are just going to get one or two characters that is going to change this upcoming raid team. And of course, the new raid team is going to be the PimTech team. For sure, pretty much like 99% guaranteed that the PimTech is going to be the next team. The reasons why, I'm going to tell you in a second. But before that, I'm going to tell you, this is all speculation. This is all based on the Envoy information, and this is all based on the developers' feedback. So of course they can change their mind. Maybe, oh, why are we going to do this when we can sell them 5 new characters? So that's a possibility as well. But we have seen in the past teams like the Web Warriors with 2 or 3 new characters, and they were able to make a new team. And when you take a look at the PimTech, they have all the features that are part of a raid team. Most of them are from a single type, which is the tech type, and then we have stature as a bio character. And then we have characters with a stun, like Wasp. Then we have Ant-Man that applies slow and ability block. We have a Ghost to apply the offense down, so we could have a character like, she's similar to Yo-Yo, and Yo-Yo in the past was used in the raids as well. So we could see a scenario where the PimTech would be reforged into a new raid team for the tech lanes. Now, Stature is bio, so she would not be part of this team, but is that a problem? No, that's not a problem at all, because she's part of the Young Avengers. So we could have a new Young Avengers team where it has Stature and maybe Iron Lad or some other characters like that, Weekend and whatever is the name of the other guy. So we could have a new Young Avengers or something similar to that, that would include this bio character that is Stature. Then we have Yellow Jacket with a big damage, which would be the DPS of the team, so you take the place of Agent Venom or Winter Soldier or something like that. But honestly, I think that both Yellow Jacket, and Stature are the characters that are going to be replaced on this team. So we have Ant-Man with a Assist mechanic. He applies slow to the enemies. He has the ability block, as I just mentioned, that goes for 2 turns. And we have Ghost applying offense down to the enemies, extending negative effects, including ability blocks, stuns, and so on. And she also does turn rewind. She also copies positive effects from the enemies. So we could take a look at a scenario where we'll get 2 new characters, and then the buffs that the PIMTech have for Dark Dimension would also be applied for raids. So based on everything that is going on, I think this is the most likely scenario. And once again, based on multiple rumors and leaks and so on that Tana and other envoys have given, it seems that the PIMTech is very, very close to getting a rework, and in my opinion it would make total sense for them to be the next upcoming raid team for the tech lane, because let's be honest, this is a 1-year plan. Next year they will give you another tech team until finally you have this super legendary team like the Dead Seed that instead of lasting 1 year, it's gonna last 2 years instead. So yeah guys, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button like a boss, and if you found the video helpful, entertaining, anything like that, make sure you share it with your friends. Once again, a reminder, I'm not telling you to invest on the PIMTech. I'm just telling you that it's very, very likely that they will be the upcoming raid team. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.